Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Popcorn Chicken. We got some good, exciting stuff for you guys today. Alvin's here. Chris is here. Let's get the show on the road.
What's going on?
That was pretty funny. Sheldon did not realize he was starting the show.
Nope.
But he did great. He did great.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we're going to do good today. We're going to do really good. We got a lot of topics to get into. As you guys saw from the thumbnail, our topic of the evening, which will be later on in the show, is somebody's coming back.
The real Marvel Jesus.
Yeah. True.
Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? We got our thoughts on that. We'll get into it. How's everybody doing?
Good.
How's traffic, Sheldon?
Bad.
Really bad.
Weather was bad, Cotton.
Hello to you too, Darth. All right. Where should we do? We should get into this week in Hollywood. Shall we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. Sounds good.
Let's open up our I have to open up the website first for our topics. Yes. You guys have the site as well open, right? For anyone that's not aware, we have our website, astonishing.news. If you want to know the topics we're going to get into on Thursday night shows, it'll be up on our site beforehand. So you have an idea what we're going to talk about, what are the topics. So you're not blindsided. And you can also read because there's an actual person behind it all that does the actual topics. And her name is Carolina. And she does a great job. And we sort of pretend that we know a lot of stuff, but she actually knows more than us. She helps us out quite a bit in organizing stuff. So shout out to her. Where is it? In the community, right? Correct? There it is. Oh, home. Yeah. Sorry. All right. Okay, so let's get started with our... so it's in the popcorn chicken segment. What am I talking about? You just click on that segment. I should show you. It'd be better to people. There it is. So if you go to our site, you'll see at the top there, Popcorn Chicken, and all of our topics for today, our main topics will be on there. We do have a couple of stuff here and there that we get that show up last minute on social media, and we bring it up. I do have a few to talk about. But yeah, we got our topics here, and we're going to get into it in a second here. But we're going to do birthdays and This Week in Hollywood first. All right, first birthday coming up right here. Happy birthday to Jamie Foxx. How old is Jamie Foxx, guys?
58.
Okay, you say 58.
I'll say 54.
54. Let's see. Holly Weird. I don't know about that one. Is it a new website? Holly Weird. Don't click on it, people. We see what happened when we clicked on Wicked. Jamie Foxx is 56. Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Nice.
I knew he was old.
Rasper asks, have you boys watched Slow Horses yet? I have not. Rasper, do you mind telling me what streaming platform it's on?
It's on Apple.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty
sure
it's
on Apple. All the good shows are on Apple.
Yeah. I've heard about it, but I've not had time to check it out yet. But I heard it's good.
Happy birthday to Vanessa Hudgens. Hudgens. I can't say her last name.
That's from High School Musical, right?
Yeah, High School Musical, Princess Switch. Yeah. So how old is Vanessa?
30? I'm going to say 30.
37.
37. Man, you guys, she's 35.
Right in the middle again.
Come on, guys. Let's get this together here. All right, here we go. Another one. Big one. Rising star. Going to come back with a show with this character. It is Charlie Cox. How old is Charlie?
41.
So I'll say, you said 41, so half is 40. I'll say 45. See if we get the middle again.
Rasper, do you know how old? Oh, don't cheat, Rasper. Drop your age right now. I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
There you go. Said 39.
39. Okay. You, Sheldon, what'd you say? 41?
41.
Chris, what'd you
Yep.
say?
45.
45. Rasper says 39. Charlie Cox is 41.
Nice.
41 on the bang right there. All right.
Damn.
Let's do a couple here. Okay. You guys, if I mention her name, you probably won't know her. But if I mention the show, then you'll be like, okay. Maybe. Hold on. Maybe. I shouldn't say that. Kristen Ritter.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I'm
But I'm
probably
not sure.
butchering it, but it's Kristen for sure. And last name is Ritter. Writer?
Ritter.
Writer?
What's she from?
So she did Jessica Jones and Veronica Mars.
Is she Jessica Jones and Jessica Jones?
Yeah. She was the main actor.
She is. Oh, okay.
Yes. So do you now you put a face to the name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to look up her face. I won't look up her. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hello to everybody that's coming in the chat here, trickling down. Thanks for coming. So give me a guess. How old is Christian Ritter?
36.
36. Don't cheat people in the chats.
39.
39. Okay. Anybody want to in the chat give a guess? Get 5 seconds to drop in a number. Okay, Rasper says 42. Christian Ritter, Kiwi says 66. She is 42.
42.
Rasper got it.
Close.
I think Rasper cheated. I'm gonna go with Rasper cheating. Come on, Rasper, don't cheat.
I cheated and I still got it wrong.
Okay, we will do one more because I like this gentleman. Happy birthday to Eugene Levy.
Oof.
Good old Canadian actor.
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek, American Pie, just to name a few massive hits.
SCTV.
Yes.
He's got to be in his 70s. I'd say he's 72.
72, Sheldon. Your mic's off, Sheldon. It's not plugged in. We can't hear you. Okay, use your hands. Tell what the numbers is.
67.
67.
67.
Okay, 67. All right. He says 67. What did you say, Chris?
I said 72.
72. Anybody in the chat? Going once. Going twice. What say you people? Give me a number. Eugene Levy. Don't cheat. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, okay. Happy birthday to Eugene Levy. He is 77.
Wow.
He's up there in age.
Yeah. He's been around. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah. You know. Great. Is that his son from in Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, Dan Levy.
Well, that is his son. Okay.
Yeah, he wrote it too. Dan.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
And now he writes, produces, still acts. So yeah.
I wonder if he's sort of like said, you know what, I'm going to take 5 years off because I just made a massive hit, global hit, and I'm probably going to get so much residual money that I don't need to work probably the rest of my life. Right?
You saying about Dan or about Eugene?
Dan. Eugene's already made his money. He's great.
Well, actually, so Eugene was just in the 4th season of Only Murders in the Building.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, but the man's made his money. I'm talking about the son. Like, do you think that he's going to take like time off and say?
He did do a couple things afterwards. He was in a really bad Christmas movie last year, and then he wrote like a rom-com that wasn't marketed well. It was pretty good, but it did. I think it was on Netflix. I can't even remember what it's called. But so I don't know if he's really taking time off. He could. They definitely were huge with Schitt's Creek for sure. So yeah.
I just think like it is so hard to make a hit TV show because you literally get inundated with so many TV shows, and now with streaming platforms, you have more shows come out, and it's so hard to make something great. And they were really low underdog, right? They were like CBC from Canada, a public broadcasted company, very low budget, and it became a global phenomenon. Like people all over the world watched this show.
but it also like didn't start big. Like it grew.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
word
I'm
of
saying.
mouth.
Yeah, it was a huge underdog, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger in the numbers because word got out. Obviously, it started in Canada first because it was originated from here, the filming and everything, and then I think it's trickled into the U.S. and then from there went to Europe, and it just got massive. And I think what he and his dad did and everybody else involved was amazing. And I'm wondering, you back now?
Yeah, I had to reboot.
Ah,
Hard reboot.
is it the dreaded Windows?
It's the dreaded Windows.
Oh God. Ugh. Yeah, we're just talking about Eugene Levy and his son, absolutely crushing it with Schitt's Creek and taking such a unknown IP and just making it a global phenomenon, right? So talking about that. I wonder imagine like sorry to cut you off there. Imagine I'm trying to put this in a sports thing. Like imagine you're a rookie and you win the whatever league you're playing and you win the ultimate prize in your first year. How do you go about overtopping that? I mean, you have to win it again in order to get to that level again, right? Otherwise, everything else is just like I've already gone to the top, and I feel like that with his son, like he's already achieved the highest level possibly, right? Emmys and all that. How do you top that? That's a tough feat to get back up there.
Well, like I said, maybe Dan is taking the right road and like don't have to top it right away. Let me do some indie stuff. Let me do some stuff that I want to do, and then
Well, he's got the luxury now to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they can always bring it back, right? It was only 6 seasons, Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
So they could always do a reboot at some point too.
Let's do this events in Hollywood. So in 1988, a movie called Rainmaker came out. You guys watched it?
I don't think.
Sorry, not Rainmaker, Rain Man.
Oh yeah,
Rain Man, starring Tom Cruise.
Rainmaker.
I got excited, making it rain.
Damn.
This week in 2001, Winona Ryder was arrested for shoplifting.
I remember that. That was crazy.
Me too.
I was so shocked when I heard this. I'm like, wait, Winona Ryder?
I was like,
really?
You made millions.
Yeah. What are you shoplifting for?
Maybe it was the thrill, man.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
That's why. Damn.
Shouldn't be outing yourself like that.
No, allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's how you cover things up. But I'm wondering, like, she could have just walked into that store and said, hey, listen, how about I promote your outfit? And she would have got it probably for free.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm just thinking. Because when I heard that, I'm like, you could have just commanded to use that outfit for a promo, and they would have happily given that to you.
Mm-hmm.
So many celebrities borrow outfits from Gucci, Prada, and all these companies for the Oscars and red carpet places. And these companies are more than happy to give that to them because they know they have rich clients that will buy that one and many more from their line. Right? So
yeah, I see at that point, I think it was for the thrill, man.
Absolutely. I can't think of any other reason.
No.
It wasn't like, hey, I dare you. Maybe it's a truth or dare.
I double dog dare you.
Oh, I love that movie.
So I can't remember how long did she actually spend in jail? Was in jail?
Let's see.
Sorry, I didn't look that up. I wonder if she actually did. Anybody in the chat knows she did spend time in jail?
She did not serve jail time.
Oh, house arrest probably.
3 years of probation, 480 hours of community service. Yeah.
But I mean, good for her for resurrecting her career in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like that, like, petty little small crimes that you want to call it, it is the crime still after all. I'm not saying it's okay, but I think it's okay to kind of say, hey, you've done your time, you spend the community service, you should be forgiven in the community, and you should get back with your life and maybe be a role model this time around instead of being the opposite. And I think so far she's done that. I mean, she's been quiet. She doesn't say things out of out of line or anything like that, and she just goes out doing her career, which is in Stranger Things. Has she done anything else besides Stranger Things? Because I don't I don't remember seeing her in anything else. She's just the mom in Stranger
Well,
Things.
She just did Beetlejuice, right?
Oh yes,
Right.
sorry. I don't watch it, so I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. And was she good in there?
I actually
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Yeah, I thought
I
she was like her character, but as an adult. So
Okay.
other stressors in life. So it stayed true to the character.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
In 2021, a Marvel superhero film called Spider-Man: No Way Home came out. Did you guys like it?
Yes.
yeah.
I thought
I watched it
was good.
like 3 times in theaters.
Jeez.
With
That was
3
our very
different friend
first.
groups.
That was our very first charity night that we did. That was Spider-Man: No Way Home, I believe.
Oh,
yes.
that's cool.
And it was a great movie.
I think-
a lot of surprises.
Yeah. I think the way that they kept Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire quiet was amazing. That people did not.
They
know
were
they were gonna be-
rumblings, but nobody knew for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because you knew the other, like they totally showed it in the previews, right? You saw Doc Ock come back and what's his name, Goblin, in it as well, and you did even see the other villains too. They showed all the villains, didn't they, in the trailers? Like, I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
No,
That
the only
wasn't
one
in
they
the-
didn't show was Lizard, I believe.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Everybody else was but somebody did figure it out because do you remember the scaffolding fight scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Hey, there's a space here that's unusual,"
Yeah.
and they,
Yeah.
people are creative online, man, and they figured it out that there was a character missing in that scene, and
Yeah.
sure enough, they were right. It was a lizard jumping off the scaffold, and
It's
that's
the
why there's a
same-
gap there.
It's the same when you go back to the trailers of Captain America: Civil War when it shows the two teams fighting. They didn't have Spider-Man right on
Nope.
Iron Man's team in the trailer, of course. So they erased him, but there was like a space there. So
Yeah, then later on that trailer, they did have him at the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're right.
In 2015, Star Wars: The Force Awakens drops, directed by J.J. Abrams, who is in the news recently.
Oh.
He got demoted.
Hmm.
Warner Brothers have pulled the rug underneath him. He had this massive contract. I can't remember how much it was. It was a huge, lucrative deal to do multiple IPs, and all he did was one. That's all he did for the last 4 years. He's only been able to, I can't even remember what it was, but he was supposed to do multiple movies and TV shows, and he never got it done. And they have basically ripped up the contract or nulled the contract, and he's going to do just TV shows, I think, now for Warner Brothers. He's not doing any movies. And
Damn.
good, because I think he's hot garbage, to be honest with you. He ruined Star Wars, in my opinion. He was one of the people involved in ruining the Star Wars, the new Star Wars. And then you had Kathleen Kennedy goes, you know what? I could do better. Hold my beer. And she went and ruined it even more. And his understudies are ruining Amazon right now too, with the Rings of Power. So
Of course, there.
yeah, frauds. I tell you,
What
frauds.
even got him on the map? I don't understand.
Was Lost? Was it Lost?
No, it was Lost was one of them. There was another one, and credit to him though; those were acclaimed, great shows, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the one where it's a female character?
Oh, Felicity. He did Felicity. Is that what it
Is
was?
it Felicity? No. Angel something.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to go back through his.
Yeah, if you
He's
see
done a
it,
lot. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm going through his as producer. He's
but even
produced-
Lost, a lot of people really upset at the last season.
Oh, okay.
Right.
They
right.
were not
I
happy.
first heard of him when he did when that movie
Yeah, here you
came
go.
out,
Rascal
film
got
number
right.
8 or something like that.
Alias. Right.
Was it Jennifer Garner?
For Alias? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure.
Yeah. That was a pretty good show. And then someone dropped the Kennedy. What? But yeah, Star Wars Awakening in 2015 broke a lot of our hearts with all that anticipation. I mean, it was still the best of the three, though.
Yeah, it was a good. You know what? I had a lot of fun seeing that for the first time. I mean, it was it was good to see. Obviously, it would have been nice to see the three main characters together at some point, but that gave the anticipation that we were going to, and then we never did. But it was just good to kind of see them back, and I actually enjoyed the new characters too. So yeah, it was a lot of hope after that first
I
movie.
was just gonna say, did it give you a new hope in the
It gave me yeah. I was like, I can't wait to see where this. Can't wait to see where this is going. Anyways.
And where did you see it going after?
Well, yeah,
Training with Luke. Something epic was gonna happen. Didn't think Snoke would die until the end. Oh,
A lot of hope was removed.
damn, we got screwed, man.
Let's do maybe one more here. I'm just going through a whole bunch of stuff here. There's so many to go through. Let's do an oldie here. 1964.
Oh,
Goldfinger comes out.
Goldfinger.
Third James Bond film starring
with
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Your best. Yes. A big fan of Goldfinger or any of the Bond flicks?
I remember watching a lot more of the Roger Moore ones. Was it Roger Moore? Yeah.
Was he after Sean Connery?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but he was more. I think people saw Roger Moore as more the romance guy, where Sean Connery is the harder,
the action
guy.
Action guy.
I think you could say the same about Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
One's a bruiser, one's a romantic. Right?
Yeah. I can't believe they haven't announced who's next. It's been going on for years.
I think
in my opinion, that IP is dying every month they go by without mentioning anything about it. They're just killing that IP.
Yeah.
In the 80s, 70s, 60s, it was at its height. Right? You just mentioned the name Bond, people are excited.
Yeah, true.
Even the 90s, and then it just, for whatever reason, the hype just kept going down. I don't
Jason Bourne.
And also, like, it's almost like the Mission Impossible films too. They're very Bondish.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy when you think that they're gonna go away, they come back stronger.
Yeah.
I really thought the last Mission Impossible movie was not going to be good, and then boy was I wrong, like 100% wrong. It was amazing movie. Right?
I need to watch this. I need to watch.
You haven't seen the new Mission Impossible movie?
I haven't watched.
I've
only watched one.
Stop having a life, buddy. Get on the couch.
Yeah, I've only watched 1 and 2. That's it.
You disgust me with your life.
You should have something on right now on your other screen. Put on something.
When you're sleeping, have a screen on your face.
Yeah.
Put on a VR goggle.
Oh God.
Oh, I do want to do this one because it's one of the greatest things that ever happened in entertainment in the world. In 1989, The Simpsons were created by Matt Groening.
Nice.
Ah.
1989.
They were part of the greatest generation, the millennials.
I think to me, it's the greatest TV show of all time. It's the longest. You can give it that for sure. I mean, people argue depending on what your preferences are in shows, but to me, if you just look at it from successful, longevity, creativeness, it's unreal.
Predictability. Right?
There you go. People are calling these guys aliens from the future, right? Like it's unreal, and so many people have extended their careers. Like people here are retiring now, but they've been working at that job for 35 years.
Yeah, that's wild.
You have great comedic people like Conan O'Brien, come out from that place. So yeah, I honestly think one of the greatest shows of all time. Yeah, so that is This Week in Hollywood. Thought I'd do a little bit of that. So where do we want to begin?
I wanted to get you guys. I know we're not gonna. Well, actually, I just wanted to ask you guys: have you been watching Skeleton Crew? Have you watched any of it?
Sheldon, have you watched it?
Just the first 2 episodes.
I have not.
Episode 3 is out now.
It is.
Is it out?
Came out last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not watched any of it because I'm trying to binge it together with my kids, but my youngest got sick and he can't watch it right now. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait till he gets better and then I'll watch it together with them. It might be a holiday week for me. to binge
That's
it.
fair.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
a
I
good
could do
idea.
that.
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's exactly what I thought it would be, and it's people tend to are raving about it. Not saying it's the greatest thing ever, but saying it's better than what we've gotten lately. So people are liking it so far.
It's fun.
But it's also it's funny because a lot of people are saying a lot of Star Wars and Marvel shows you like the first 2 episodes, but then like after that is when it falls off. So
Yeah.
third episode's still pretty good, but we'll wait to see what the rest of the season does. But yeah,
I've noticed with Star Wars shows, it's usually by episode 5 it ramps up, and then it coasts, and then it gets climactic at the end.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you guys are aware, but today is the Gamer Awards show.
Yeah.
A lot
Yes,
of
it
games are
is.
being awarded. They released a GTA 6 trailer.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out later.
I wonder what kind of reception it's getting.
I don't know. Shall we get into some topics?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. So have you guys seen well, we should open up the website here. Okay, let's get this site going. Which topic would you like to guys talk about here first? You want to talk about Jeremy Allen?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just came off the topic of Star Wars.
Take it away.
Yeah, he is playing a character that's kind of been lost in Star Wars since Clone Wars when he first got introduced. He is going to be voicing the son of the late Jabba the Hutt, Rota, Stinky, as Anakin likes to call him.
Did you say Roti?
Rota.
Oh, okay.
Rota is his name. But the nickname is Stinky that they've given him. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like since his rescue episode, they haven't shown him or even mentioned him in the longest time. He had like two like an uncle and an aunt that fought over his territory in Boba Fett, and Boba Fett ended up taking them out. Other than that, he's been lost. He's been a lost character. Like we don't know what they've been doing with him.
Oh man.
And so they kind of given a little bit of direction as to where this is going. So he will be involved as like a Hutt mafia member.
How excited are you guys?
I
don't know if I care enough because Rhoda was like a throwaway, it felt like. And now they're just ass pulling him basically out of nowhere.
I'm kind of wondering, is this a bigger story than it actually is? Is this just a celebrity wanting to be in Star Wars? You know, like kind of how in Force Awakens, Simon Pegg was in, Simon Pegg from Mission Impossible. He was, I can't remember the guy's name, but when Rey's trading for food, he was that guy. Right.
Okay.
As well as Daniel Craig, right? But James Bond was was the stormtrooper that Rey.
Oh, right.
Used,
yeah.
You know, so these people are like, oh yeah, I get to be in Star Wars for 2 seconds. Sure. So I don't know. Because it seems weird, this casting.
Very weird.
He's a great actor. We know that from The Bear, and he's shooting like he's Bruce Springsteen right now. Bruce Springsteen biopic. He's shooting right now. So I think he's going to be great in that. But voicing a little slug named Stinky, I don't know what his son's going to look like. Right?
I just can't stop laughing every time.
So I don't know. Like how, like you're saying, Sheldon, how big of a role is this? I hope the story doesn't revolve around this thing.
I hope not either. I'm hoping he'll be like a 5-minute thing, and they'll give him a little backstory as to like where the hell he's been, and then back to him. And then he's just like, okay, bye. You know. Yeah.
Breaking news an hour ago. Jonathan Nolan, who stars in or was involved in Fallout, says New Vegas in Fallout 2 Season 2.
Oh, they're going to New Vegas? Oof. Okay.
Yeah, he goes, I want to thank Fallout New Vegas fans for not burning down my house. You'll be thankful you didn't.
Yeah, for some reason, Fallout New Vegas is like very beloved in the gaming community.
I don't understand why they want to burn his house down, though.
I think a lot of them are about the story that's actually in that game. There's actually a narrative to it, and I think that's what and the shooting mechanics apparently got way better in New Vegas, so they were very thankful for that. Just better gameplay and a much better story than Fallout 3.
But what does that have to do with the TV show and burning his house down?
It's a beloved thing, and they want to make sure it stays true to whatever he's doing.
Did houses in Fallout get burned down? We got to
no
do it in real life.
Yeah, gamers are crazy, man. You don't want to mess with them.
I thought Fallout Season 1 was fantastic. I thought it was a great show. They're filming right now, so I guess so maybe during the Vegas storyline.
Probably. Or something similar to it.
Is it the same character? Like, I'm not familiar with the game, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is it like set a different time period?
No, it's about the same time period. It's just different places.
Is it the same character going to Vegas?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been wiser for them to do like maybe a sequel or like a spin-off?
I mean, people have been wanting it, so
maybe they introduce these characters and then do a spin-off. I think that would be awesome because then people will get what they want. They want an isolated Vegas story. Here you go.
Yeah.
Everyone that enjoyed this Fallout, you're going to continue with this one.
Yeah.
Right. Because I didn't play the game, so I'm just going on with what everyone's saying around me. And from what I heard, even gamers have liked this show. So it tells me that they are sticking to the source material, not veering too far off. Obviously, not every little detail is going to be the same, but
certain aspects staying true to the game. Yeah.
Oh, Ghost is here. It says Turok trailer, Okami. There's a lot of things going on in the gaming world. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it's gone crazy. One Punch Man season 3 has been announced.
Nice.
Sheldon, too much to delight.
Okay,
Caillou's all grown up now.
I freaking hated Caillou, man. So annoyed the bug out of me.
Oh man. All right. Anything else you guys want to add to before we get into the other topic here?
The only thing I was going to ask about Jabba the Hutt's son, because Kiwi brought it up here. He wasn't in episodes. He was in the movie. Is that correct?
Oh, it was the movie. He's right. My bad. You right, Kiwi. It was the movie.
Okay. But it was like just like one little storyline. He got kidnapped or something, right?
Yeah. And they had to bring him back, and it was a whole like he said, she said kind of thing set up, trap. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but do you think to bring him into this movie, they have to explain where he's been?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I would say a little bit, or at least what he's been through.
Yeah.
For him just to show up, people are like, who is that? Or, oh, I remember that. Like, what the hell happened to him?
Wouldn't you also think, because as bad as the show Boba Fett was, because we know it was bad, but Boba took over Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Wouldn't his son want his dad's palace back?
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Unless he just didn't care. Who knows?
Yeah. So.
I do have other news here. Prison Break. Did you guys ever watch that show?
Just the first season. Or until they got out of the prison, sorry. And then after that, I don't know. I kind of just like didn't care.
I always when they first announced this show, I always thought, how can it go longer than 1 or 2 seasons?
Yeah.
And how much after you get out of prison, what really are you looking forward to?
Right.
Like, as a viewer, like, okay, cool, we did that impossible. Now what? You're gonna have coffee at Starbucks and cops will look for you?
Maybe they should have called it Prison Break with a question mark at the end.
Just keeps going.
They break out of prison to go to another nicer prison.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But why I mentioned this is because they're doing a reboot.
Of course they are.
The series will start in the same universe, though, as the original series, but focused on new characters.
Female prison.
Hey, that might be
Orange is the New Black.
Oh yeah, they already did that.
Yeah. I don't think they didn't break out of that prison.
No, they just hung out there. They're like,
they just hung out there. Yeah.
No taxes, no worries. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, reboot is going to be on Hulu. I guess if you're a huge fan, hey, happy for you. You get to. I wonder if these guys will. The two characters will, make cameos or something. Hey, we're back in here again. Let me
Getting
tell you
paid.
how to get out of this one. They're the advisors to these prisoners. For a pack of cigarettes, we'll teach you how to dig out of here. Oh man.
Jeez.
Are you guys aware that Craven the Hunter didn't do so well?
I heard.
I
don't know.
speculated. So, like, what's gonna happen? Do they get to keep their IP still because they did bad, or like, are they gonna do a whole other thing? Maybe sell it to Marvel, but now it's not gonna be worth it because they did terrible. I don't know. Like,
Nobody really
It's-
knows. Nobody really knows.
After 75 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, it's at 13%.
Woo! It's better than what I
Jesus.
see.
I think
right
that's-
now.
I think that's above Madame Web, but not by
Yes,
much.
it is. Yeah, it's 9 times.
So this
that I
is-
heard.
They need to make a movie where they bring all the bad people, like Madame Web. Like, what was the one? Mobius? Mobius?
Yeah,
Oh,
yep,
it's morbid
Morbius.
time.
And Craven. Bring those together. And then have a cameo from Venom.
Oh God. Oh, I don't know what I've been hearing through the interwebs is Sony has decided to put a pause on movies. The only one they're going to push forward is the animation one that they're doing. Everything else is put on pause and on ice. Venom is done. They're not going to do any more Venom movies. I don't know where this means for Holland now because he signed with Sony, not with Marvel. So I don't know what
I
it
thought
means
they
for
came
him.
to an agreement on a because they're doing the fourth. They're doing a
No,
they're-
so Holland has appearances in Marvel, but not solo movies with Marvel. That is with Sony.
okay, but he is doing a fourth one.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
that's counts as a bit of both appearance and solo for Sony. It's a joint project, right? So that one. But I don't know what happens afterwards. Like, what do you do with this? Do you reboot Spider-Man now? Because he's probably going to say, "Well, I need a new contract."
I feel
Right?
that that's exactly what they'll do, but they'll probably do like Miles instead of Peter.
But then you need Miles to have Peter to sort of make that story great.
They can
Right?
say he like died,
Yeah,
you know.
but I just feel like it'd be nicer to have both in this same universe. It'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Even for just a little bit, couple of movies.
Yeah.
We'll see. Sony is in a lot of trouble when it comes to this.
What did they expect though? Nobody knows. Like, I didn't know these characters. I'd never heard of any of them.
Yeah, without them being introduced to Spider-Man, only real comic book people would know,
Yeah.
you know, or the cartoon watchers, but not enough
'Cause
to
you-
do that good.
Because you think about non-comic fans that when Avengers started, people are like, well, I've heard of Iron Man, but Robert Downey Jr. is playing him.
Right.
Oh, I've heard of Captain America and Thor, but they had, they did a better job. But yeah, these people I don't like. Half the people have never even heard of these people. So
The
It's too bad.
issue is this the whole superhero thing has been watered down now. We've got shows, movies coming out the wazoo every other month, and you cannot go hit your ride on unknown characters for the general public to go watch it.
yeah,
If you're relying solely on the fan base that supports superheroes and watches this stuff, well, they've got a bunch of things to pick from, and they're not going to spend their money on your Craven character when
No.
they have Deadpool they just spend money on, and when they have Superman and Fantastic Four coming out, they're going to spend their money on. You're just, you're asking, like, it's an obvious thing that you're asking that you're going to lose money on. I don't know where the executives were at this, and how come there's nobody in that entire studio going, we should take a poll here and get some feedback if people actually want this stuff before we invest millions of dollars making this crap, right?
yeah.
Somebody at the top needs to get fired because this is just a disaster, right? And it's not even one time, it's not even 2 times, it's 3 times. Does this?
Yeah.
And they weren't even close to making money from these movies. That's the crazy part.
You would have thought that maybe with Craven, again, I don't really know the character, but maybe like who's going to be the villain in the next Spider-Man? Like, wouldn't it have been smarter to bring him in as a villain and then maybe do his own movie?
That was their long game.
I feel like most of Spider-Man's enemies need Spider-Man to stand out.
Well, you need Spider-Man in your movie.
Right.
These characters don't have enough weight that general audiences will go watch it.
No, that's what I mean. They need Spider-Man to really stand out, to make them who they are. Otherwise, they're just some random person doing violence.
I mean, this isn't a real comparison, but you think about the great show this year, The Penguin. We all know the Penguin from Batman, but we didn't know Colin Farrell's Penguin until we saw the Batman. And then they did the spin-off from that. Like if they had just dropped that show, it probably still would have been good, but I don't think it would have been as good as because we knew how good he was in the movie.
Right.
Warner Brothers got a lightning in a bottle with the Penguin. It was the perfect storm. They got the right people involved who did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard to replicate that. Right. And the other thing that had it going for them is they had a good movie that introduced this character. Yeah. So people like, okay, because when they announced it, I said, do we really need a Penguin show? Right. But I'm like, I'm going to check it out because Colin Farrell knocked it out of the park in the movie. Yeah. And that's why you had people watch it starting from the episode 1. And then those people told everybody else, they had diarrhea of the mouth and told everybody else, hey, you got to check the show out. And all of a sudden you see the ratings go up from 2 to 3, like skyrocket. Because the first episode did okay, but it was the second episode and the third episode that kind of took off. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And I think that's a smart build compared to what Sony was doing, which was a disaster. And they're thinking like, yeah, we'll just randomly put movies together and people like it.
Yeah.
For these type of movies like Craven and Madam Web and all of them, it's like I'm never going to see it in the theater, and I always say, "Oh, wait till streaming." I won't even watch these on streaming. Like if it's
I haven't watched Madam Web at all. Morbius, I've not watched. I just can't.
If they're that bad, it's like, why would you waste your time?
When you have 6% or 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, why would I even want to turn it on? Yeah. Right? Yeah. I have better things to do 2 hours of my life.
But there are some people that are interested to see how bad it is.
They want to see a disaster. They want to see a dumpster fire. I get it. Yeah, those are comical, and I get that too. But for me, I was just like, no, I don't want to see this. It's so bad. Right? What is not bad is, speaking of going back into the gamer world, but it ties into pop culture movie world, is the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Terrible name, but has done really well and has got rave reviews. They're saying it's better than all the Indiana Jones movies besides the first couple that came out with Spielberg.
Damn, there's no way.
Yes, they said it's been really good.
Huh.
They said it captures the spirit of the franchise better than the last movie did.
Wow.
So yeah, Indiana Jones. If you are craving, I can't believe I just said that. Craven. If you're looking to get your Indiana Jones fix, then go check out that game because they're saying it's almost like a movie. So,
you're also playing it. It plays as first person, so you're going to be pretty immersed into that whole world.
I wonder if there's a VR version of that.
They might make it a VR version.
I would just take my belt down and go like that.
Now, for the game, does it actually look like Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A young Harrison Ford. So imagine the first movie.
Yeah.
Does it fall somewhere in the timeline? Do you know, or is it?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But he looks exactly like the very first movie, Harrison Ford. So maybe kind of
between one and two,
wedged in between the two, maybe. I don't know. I have not played the game, but I am gonna get the game and I am going to play it because if it's that good, I'm gonna check it out. And I love me some Indiana Jones. So live action Tangled.
Heard about that?
It's gonna get. I think it could be cool. The hair thing, they're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, hey, they're gonna do CGI in that anyway. So
Did they say they got the director who did The Greatest Showman, or was it the
Yes,
writer?
yes.
The
Yeah,
director, right?
Yeah, Michael Gracie,
Yeah.
the greatest showrunner, is in talks to direct it. So, as per deadline, I think it'd be cool. I want to see the horse. I'm always fascinated with that horse in that movie, that animation. So, I want to see the horse just doing all kinds of reactions. So, it'll be awesome. I'm actually going to check this out in Disneyland Japan because they have her perched at the top and it's animatrix and she's always like whistling and singing.
Oh,
And
cool.
you can walk
Okay.
by it, and I think it's going to be so cool. And then the actual ride is some of the best robotics they've ever made for any Disneyland.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I feel like
definitely I'll
Japan
take some
would do that.
pictures. I'm super excited to go on this. My kids are like, what? Really? I'm like, just come with me on the ride. You'll love it. So excited to see that one. Interstellar sold out in IMAX re-release.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
You
That
can't even
movie's
get a ticket
amazing.
for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the way to see it, though. That's the way to see it.
You know the crazy part about it? The resale tickets are going for $215
Oof.
US.
Wow.
Do you think they're gonna do another spit of that, or
No, they can't. He's stuck in the vortex. So I'm a big science nerdy kind of guy, and person is Kip Thorne. His name is. He's the one that was the right hand man to help Christopher Nolan put this together. He was the astrophysicist that put it together for him. And
Right.
Nolan wanted certain things, and he's like, "No, you can't do that. It doesn't fall in the laws of the universe." So he actually basically showed everything. And what happened was, spoiler alert to anybody who hasn't seen it yet, he's stuck in a black hole that takes him back in time. Right? That's the premise of the ending. So he falls into the black hole, which takes him, teleports him back in time. That's just a theory. Obviously, nobody knows what happens when you're in a
Right.
black hole. But so he was basically putting it all together. They even had the time period between when he was on the planet at the bottom, and then remember the guy was at the top waiting for them,
Mhm.
and every minute was like a year or something like that.
Every hour was like
Something
7
like that.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Kip Thorne, the astrophysicist, putting that calculation together. That wasn't just random numbers. That was actual physicists working on a equation to put that together for him. So yeah, a lot of work was done. He actually made a book talking about the work that he put into this movie. That's how much detail Christopher Nolan wanted.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. And Sheldon, I would love to have a part 2, but I don't think that's not Christopher Nolan's MO. Once he's done one of these one-hit wonders, and he's off to the next one, right?
Yeah.
It's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
He
up?
likes to. But it's interesting to see. I mean, his last movie, obviously, Oppenheimer, was huge, but now he's moving. I don't know. He's already got his cast for his next movie, but people are saying it's like a vampire film. Not really sure, but you know what? Like, he's that good of a filmmaker. I want to see what else he's going to do. Like, if he was just doing sci-fi,
you give
not
him the benefit of the doubt because of the home runs he's hit.
yeah,
That's
Like,
how it works.
I'll watch Inception if it's on, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I'm watching. I'm just gonna watch Inception.
Okay, Inception, I loved. What's the other one that he did with our boy Batman guy Patterson?
Tenet.
I don't understand. I'm confused, man. I was like,
that's a
what is
confusing.
happening here? Why are people going backwards?
There's like people going forwards and people going.
I had to check my
confusing.
streaming service if it was it was wrong or something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening? I didn't press rewind.
But have you seen the war film he did, Dunkirk?
Yes, I did.
No.
Oh God, that was so good.
It's such a good one of the best war films.
Yeah.
Like such little dialogue, but you don't need it. It's like yeah. So
our boy Jim Carrey's in the news for good reason. Unless you don't like this character, but he says he's interested in returning as the Grinch.
Oh, interesting. Let's do another one.
But he's saying here, we got to use motion capture because I cannot sit in that suit, he said. He said,
that's fair, man. I feel that.
He quotes here, he says, I did that with a ton of makeup and I can hardly breathe. It was an extremely excruciating process. So I would prefer motion capture this time around.
No,
and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But he's the only one I know can pull it off. When he does that smile, that's him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He was
got that.
phenomenal in that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
half
over
the
the-
work was done by his just face. People are like, oh, okay, we don't have to worry about CGI, guys. We just saved a boatload of money, right?
I think my favorite movie of him is still The Mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumb and Dumber is my favorite movie of all time. Of all time.
Fair.
I could put that movie on any time and just have a great chuckle.
But you think about him, and he's got so many other like The Truman Show and what was the
Cable
one?
Guy?
Cable Guy. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I love that movie.
Yeah.
He's done so many good. In the one where he plays Man in the Moon, where he plays Andy Kaufman, the
Yes.
comedian.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one too. So
It's great. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think he really tried to be serious at points, and people took him seriously, but not so much, because I think he just now he's gone back to what he knows. And
Well, I also remember the time when he was just a comedian on Living Color, and then he started doing Ace Ventura and all that. And people just said, "Oh, he's a one-hit or one-dimensional actor." And then he's like, "Okay, let me show you, Cable Guy." And everyone, it wasn't received that well. That movie, I remember when it came out, it wasn't. I watched it in theaters, but it wasn't received that well. But when you watch it, you're like, "Oh, he can play a psychotic person here. Like he is crazy batshit." Okay. And you saw that other dimension that opened up him to do other types of movies, not just comedy.
I even liked him as the Joker in that old Batman. Remember there was the Batman movie?
No, he was
Riddler.
Riddler.
Oh, Riddler. Sorry,
Yeah.
he's a Riddler.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
But I
He
mean,
was good
the
as the Riddler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was good, but that Riddler still was more comical than serious.
Hmm.
But I think when the movies that you mentioned, it takes him to another. It's sort of like also the same situation with Robin Williams when he did that photo movie. What's it called? Photographer or something like that. If you can punch it up, it's the same thing with him. He was always known as a comedian, which is obviously his, from the beginning. But he did this movie, and everyone's just like, "Oh, wow, okay." And then he did Good Will Hunting, which is my second favorite movie of all time. And then he did what's it called? One where he's looking for his wife in heaven and hell. Oh, that was a beautiful movie, by the way.
1 hour photo.
1 hour photo, yeah.
It's the other one, yeah.
So I mean, he shut up a lot of people, Robin Williams, and did all these other types of movies and showed that he's not just one dimensional. And same thing with Jim Carrey. I think they're phenomenal talent. Jim Carrey is probably one of the greatest comedic actor / just actor in general. I think he could do a lot of things. And him taking time off and then coming back. Somebody asked him, I think, on social media, he's like, "Why are you coming back?" He's like, "I need the money."
Yeah.
Straight up. And I'm like,
he went on like a shopping spree and bought a bunch of stuff. He's like,
yeah, he's into art, I think, apparently right now.
Yeah.
So he's been buying a lot of art.
Yeah. Is the Robin Williams What Dreams May Come?
Yes. That's a great movie. If you've not seen that movie,
watch Flubber.
What?
No, I'm Flubber. You're right though. When I look through his movie list, he goes from comedy to serious to comedy, goes back and forth, just like Jim Carrey did too.
That movie makes you think. It's such a good movie. I love that movie. I actually had it on DVD, I believe. Kids, if you don't know what DVD is, look it up.
It's the same as a Blu-ray.
Just less shinier.
Yeah.
It's physical. It's not digital.
You put it in a hard
drive. Touch it.
Good news, kids. Oscars is going to be coming to you now this time around instead of you going to them. You can actually stream your Oscar on Hulu this year for the first time.
I'm good. No point.
It's March 2nd. It'll be the Oscars. So
with Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh,
it's the host.
Oh no.
Yeah, Dead Poet Society is another great one that Robin Williams did. That was a really good one. I love that one too.
Oh yeah, and The Fisher King, what Ghost just said.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
28 Days Later. I never watched the first one, so I have no idea what this is. But everyone's freaking out about it.
28 years later.
28 years later. The first.
It says 28 days. Later.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I have zero idea. I just saw it, and I'm like, okay, I'll sure bring it up. You guys watch it?
It's not the kind of movie you'll watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch it?
The first one, yeah.
Okay, so are you excited for this one?
I am excited for this one because when I watched that first one, I was younger and I was scared. But now I'm ready to.
Now I'm
pull my
older and
pants.
I'm still scared.
Now I can leave the light on.
Yeah. People are thinking we'll get to see like Cillian Murphy's zombie in the movie because he didn't return for this one, or apparently he didn't return for this one. Who knows? Maybe they're like hiding things.
I thought he didn't return for the second one, but he is returning for this one. I thought, even though he wasn't in the trailer, I thought that was what they were saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Isn't this the second one?
I thought they did. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
Didn't they do weeks? 28 weeks later?
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't
What
know.
happened
Maybe
to
I'm
28
making this
months
up.
then? What happened to 28 months?
Let me look it up. Maybe I'm wrong.
They're like, we're just going to
Anyways,
do a TV show called
But
28
I
months later.
did hear that he is supposed to return for this one. So you're right,
Interesting.
because
Okay.
there's a scene in the trailer where there's a zombie that kind of looks like him. That's what people are
Yeah.
saying.
And he's just like hanging out in an empty field. Yeah. Chilling.
Idris
Aaron Taylor
Elba-
Johnson's in this movie too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the lead.
Yeah.
Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves want to make a Knuckles and Shadow spin-off.
Ooh. That's cool.
A bit too much though?
Well, no. I mean, I think they want to do it because they were in a cyberpunk expansion together. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They were. So this is probably why they wanted to do Knuckle and Shadow. I think it'd be cool. I haven't watched any of the songs, but I think it'd be cool.
Well, Keanu's busy right now because there's talks of him coming back as John Wick. I don't know how that's going to happen. But
they didn't see him die.
Good point, but
yeah, there was no body.
I kind of wanted to just go away now because I don't want to get it ruined.
Of course.
Right? I mean, the fourth one wasn't that great either. It was good,
Keanu,
but not great.
Keanu and I can't remember who the director is. They agreed that like they wouldn't do another one unless it was absolutely like spectacular.
Well, I also feel that they're watering it down now too because they had the prequel with Mel Gibson that went nowhere, and then they've got this ballerina one.
That's
I don't know that. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But I just feel like they're doing too many things with it now, and you're trying to water it. They also had that gentleman in there with his dog. Remember in the one? And
Lawrence Fishburne?
No, it wasn't Lawrence. It was somebody. It was a younger guy. Remember, you used to follow him around in the fourth movie. Have you seen the fourth movie?
Yeah, but I don't remember a younger guy following him.
Well, there's a Navy vet or something that's following him around. I don't know if he had a dog. I think he had a dog, but he was following him around all the time. And I was just like, where is this going? Are they going to do a spin-off with this guy? So I have no idea what happened there.
Okay.
Maybe they parked that one and started doing the ballerina one, but I just don't. I don't know if you start doing too much and it just gets boring and then it just gets stale, right? It's just like, okay, I already seen like 17 million of these now. I don't care for it anymore. And
but isn't that like Mission Impossible, man?
What? Mission Impossible? The movie that comes out every.
That?
What?
Can't you say the same thing about Mission Impossible though?
Where's the TV show Mission Impossible?
Does John Wick have a TV show?
Yeah, I just mentioned two of them.
The hotel one.
Oh, I thought those were movie spinoffs.
No, they're TV shows.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Amazon Prime for the hotel one, and then I don't know where is in this one, HBO Max or maybe Amazon, but the Ballerina is also a TV show. And then they had another one they wanted to do with the gentleman, the Asian guy that was in the movie.
Oh, Donnie Yen,
who is awesome, but I think they were gonna do a movie or a spinoff with that too. It's just getting way too watered down and too many things went on here.
Yeah.
The Continental. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, Mission Impossible started a TV show. Where is that? Did that get?
Oh, it's in the 50s. It took place in the 50s.
Okay.
It's an old TV show.
Okay.
Yeah. Before my time.
I thought he meant that they started a show like recently. It
started
as
a show. It's based on a TV show. Yeah. And just backtracking a bit, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. 28. There was no such thing as 28 weeks later. I thought there was. So yeah, this is the sequel. this is the sequel to that 28 years later. So, anyways,
Ballerina is going to be a movie. See, I don't even know, and I can't even keep track. It's just too many things going on with that IP now.
yeah.
Just let it rest. It was a good run. Let it be.
But aren't
you
they
know.
also saying that John Wick will play a big part in that either way? I
No,
thought I heard that as
apparently.
well.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, we
really?
don't know, but apparently from the trailer, I watched the trailer. It seems like he just like shows up and says, "Hey, you're doing good. Keep it up. You got my blessings," and then he goes away. That's what I've been hearing. I was just like, okay, sure. I mean, hey, who knows? It could be another penguin. We don't know. So, Benedict Cumberbatch confirms he is returning for Avengers Doomsday. Duh.
I kind of figured he would. Like, he kind of took off in the multiverse and didn't even get his third movie yet. He needs a third, and then he can say goodbye. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
All right.
At this
we
point,
have. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, because at this point, I assume everyone is going to be back for some kind of Avengers. Whoever's still alive. Well, even some people that are dead. Anyways.
We're doing the Oscar topic here.
Yeah. So, next week we're going to do next week we're going to do a show where we talk about our favorite movies and TV shows of the year. But this came out this week, and this is, I thought we would talk about this. This is the short list, even though there's 20 movies on it, and I've seen about 10 of these. So these are the short list for best special effects of the year. Which movie had the best special effects? So it's funny because when you think of something like Deadpool and Wolverine, you think, well, what were the effects in it? Was the fighting stuff, but then the whole scene where what's her name puts her fingers through.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy effects.
Yeah.
So just going through the list, like, again, when I go through the list, it's hard not to think of what my favorite films are from this list. And obviously Dune Part 2 is up there, but I think it had some pretty good effects. So I would put Dune 2 as these are my favorite special effects. I would definitely put Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Twisters, actually. I thought the effects in that were really good. And probably like Alien Romulus. I liked that a lot.
That was a good one.
And probably I don't know. What did you think of the effects we talked about this, Sheldon, Gladiator 2? The animals weren't.
They weren't that good, man.
No, so I don't.
Like, I'd
I'm
say
amazed
they were a little bit better than what the Skeleton Crew has going on, but not as bad as the Skeleton Crew has going on.
But that's a TV show compared to a movie, right? Like, I would always
true.
Like, when I see bad effects in a Star Wars show, I get a little bit upset by it, but then I'm always like, okay, it's a show. But if I see it on the big screen and I'm like, this is not, what I expected. So I'm amazed. Again, this list will go down to like top 5 that actually, and one of them will win the Oscar. But I don't even think Gladiator 2 will be on that top 5 list.
Mm-mm.
I don't know about Deadpool and Wolverine, like for the effects. Like, I haven't seen, like, it didn't. I don't know. There was a couple
bus scene at the end where it was like it felt like somebody didn't go over that edit so well. That kind of ruined it a little bit for me, but otherwise, still really, really good movie.
See, the thing is, when I think about effects, I'm also thinking about when I watch a movie, I'm like, wait, that was an effect. Like, obviously, if you're watching Godzilla and Kong fight, that's all special effects. Like, they didn't train some big lizard to fight some big monkey. Right?
We don't know that yet, Chris. We don't know that.
It's true. That's true.
I just had
I'm
looking at the list here, and I'm like, the Oscars really isn't for us, huh? Half these movies aren't even out yet. Like, Mufasa's not out, Spaceman's not out, and I'm just like, shouldn't we, as like people, watch this and then maybe
it should be movies that are out that year, though, don't you think?
That are
right?
It's movies
that
are
released.
Released.
Could you not push this after December and put it like the first week of January, release your list? Because then I think 98% of these movies are out by then. Okay?
Yeah, but wouldn't you also think that this list will entice people to see as well?
True.
Like, maybe it's like,
I mean,
they're allowed to submit it as long as it's released this year. They're allowed to submit it, so that's why.
But I mean, who is making the decision saying these are the finalists? It's just a room full of snobby critics, right?
Well, I don't know. The Academy is all kinds of people. It's
Yeah.
Oh,
actors,
it's not.
producers.
It's not like the regular Joe Blow can go and vote. I thought it was all
No,
critics only.
no. The Academy is made up of all kinds of different people. It's hundreds of people. So I don't know. I don't know who actually gets to make this list. I know anybody. If you're part of the Academy membership, you get to vote on the final. But you're right. I actually don't know who makes this list.
It is a very long list, though.
It is, and like I said, the next in January they bring it down to 5. So
I see.
there's a few here. There's a few here like that probably like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's got to go.
Yeah,
That was not good.
yeah. That movie wasn't good, and the effects were like okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I think the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, just the fact that I mean, I know it's all motion capture and stuff, but they do a really good job with those.
I will be shocked
apes.
as that's not in the top 5.
Yeah, me too.
What about Godzilla -1? Did that come out last year?
Yeah, that won last
yeah.
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
last
It
year.
won. It won the best effects last
Okay,
year.
good.
Yeah.
Because that was
And
phenomenal.
even something like Wicked, which I did like the movie, the effects it wasn't nothing like spectacular.
It didn't wow you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the effect. They didn't distract me from anything, but wasn't like I didn't think about the effects, which is
I-
you know
I saw the
a good
trailer for
part too.
Mufasa so far, and it does not look good.
It
Yeah.
looks like the first one.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this time though they give them more facial features. Because you could see them kind of smile and get angry this time, whereas in the first one there is nothing.
Yeah.
and this movie called
They
Here.
talk like this.
I have no idea what this movie.
Remember we watched the trailer. It's where everything's shot. It's with Tom Hanks.
Oh yes. Okay.
Everything's
Yeah.
shot the same way. I don't think it'll be
Yeah.
on the list. Yeah, my
cool
guess
concept.
is my guess is Dune Part 2,
Mhm.
King of the Planet of the Apes. I really think Alien Romulus and what he says.
Romulus did a good job of making you feel like you're in that era.
Yeah, exactly what he says here. Special effects, except the last little bit was a bit.
Oh God,
but
that's so bad.
Yeah, it's a.
If you had to pick one, who's your one here to win it?
Well, see, I mean, again, I keep jumping back to my favorite film on this list is Dune Part 2, and it did have really good effects, like not just effects like the worm and stuff like that, but just the way it was shot, and I don't know, it was really beautiful to see on the main screen. So I'd put Dune because I also think Dune's going to be up for a lot of awards, so I think it'll probably be nominated for sure, and I think it's got a pretty good chance of winning.
Sheldon, if you had to pick one.
I mean, I was leaning towards Dune too. It makes sense. It was one of the better looking movies this year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
I just think it's a lot harder to do all that mocap and make it all feel like natural, right?
Yeah, fair.
They always said that, right? It's 10 times harder to do an effect of something that we know in real life. Not that there's those types of apes, but at least we know what an ape looks like. So
it's got to move. It's got to move fluidly, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Any weirdness, you're going to catch it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
well, that's the point of any kind of movie. Once you start, if you notice like the editing or you notice the music, then it's like it's almost like it throws you, it takes you out of it. So it's not working for it. So, anyways, I just thought it's kind of an interesting. I mean, the funny thing about the Oscars is I know it is all like hoopla and who really cares who wins, but I do like it. I do like it because it kind of opens my eyes to a couple movies I might not have heard about that I might want to watch.
Yeah.
Like on that list, The Substance with Demi Moore. I've not seen that yet, but I hear it's really good. So I like to.
People are telling me it's just like a lot of people told me not to watch it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
know about that jokes. Knock.
Yeah. I heard that too. Like people say, don't watch it because it's freaky or it's weird.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's just.
I was like, I don't want to lose my lunch.
Yeah.
So speaking of Mufasa, they are going to have a tribute to the late James Earl Jones at the beginning.
Figured. He'll be in the clouds.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah. That's nice.
Nice.
So our topic of the evening, if you have not seen it on our thumbnail, it is the return of Chris Evans to the
Yep.
MCU. Now, this is not confirmed. It's a possibility. So let's get that out there first. What do you guys think of this? It blindsided me.
I mean, I'm for it because I like him as Cap, and he'll probably do other iterations of Cap, like Captain Hydra, whatever it's called. Old Man, Steve Rogers. There's I don't know. I like him as Cap, man. So I think I like it, but I know it's also it's just desperation again. But I kind of figure if they're gonna do the whole multiverse war thing, they're gonna have to bring those iterations in.
Chris?
Yeah. I think once they brought Robert Downey Jr., even though he's not playing Iron Man, and they're bringing back the same directors that did Endgame and Infinity War, the Russos, it's almost like we need to bring the A-Team back, not the TV show, the A-Team,
as
but
the bad guys this time.
Yeah,
Alvin's
Well,
favorite, Dr. Doom. He's so happy that Robert Downey Jr. is playing him. He told me he like screamed like a little schoolgirl for him. It was amazing.
That was me stabbing myself. That's how I screamed.
So yeah, it makes, well, I don't, like you said, desperation, or it's like, things aren't working. Let's do what we know, right? Let's bring them back.
If only a certain someone from this show years ago said, why not just use these guys until they walk out,
age out or something.
Yeah.
Well,
but they're like, nah. They relied on B actors to carry the mantle, and it just fell apart. Now, obviously, granted, there's other things at work that also made it to fall apart. One, having someone pass away, that doesn't help either.
Right.
Having, actors who don't want to be there anymore because they don't want to be labeled as that type of, character or actor. And then also having actors who can't keep their mouth shut and are ungrateful. So those are also factors into it. But if you got only one of the three stayed on, Chris Hemsworth, because he was smart. He's like, you know what? I'm going to ride this out till you don't want me here anymore. And
he's also the youngest of them all, isn't he?
Have you seen Chris Evans? Does he not look like he's still in his 30s with all that surgery?
Yeah.
They got millions. Yeah. They can figure out to roll back the clock.
Right.
But I mean, you can also put makeup on them and roll back the clock too. But here's my problem with this. And I love Chris Evans and I love Captain America. Boy, do I love that character on screen. My problem is that's the problem. I love it so much. I don't want to see him in anything else coming into the MCU.
Right.
Because it might ruin my love and my experiences that I had watching this character from, Cap in the World War to Civil War to being the last man standing in Endgame.
Right.
Right. It was such a great arc. Right. And I loved every minute of it. And I'm just like, so you're going to bring him back and put him into another character like you're doing with Robert Downey Jr., which, by the way, I'm really still not happy with. And I don't think he can do it because you need a big structural type of character. Unless they're going to CGI him with 100 pounds of muscle, I don't see how that's going to happen. But hey, if he does good, I'll be the first one to say it. I don't know. I just feel like you're tarnishing what's been done in the past, right? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like, I can see how it would ruin your experience, but they'd be separate characters too at that point. Like same guy, but it's.
But that's what I mean. That now I'm gonna be thinking about this new character that he's enrolled in, and I'm like, I'm so used to you being Captain America that I don't know if I can handle that and be okay with that. You being somebody like a villain, like you mentioned, a Hydra character. That's the problem that I have with it, is me trying to get over the fact that he was such a good Captain America.
So are you guys saying that maybe he'll be like a Robert Downey Jr. and be a completely not just a Steve Rogers
not a variant. Yeah, he could be an
Right.
all new character. Yeah.
Right.
Which I mean, I can see the story now. They're like, hey, we know you as Captain America and we know you as Iron Man. Why are you Doomsday and why are you blah blah blah? Like,
Right.
if that's the story they want to go with, that's not a good story. Everyone's going to be excited to see these guys and they're going to cheer for them. And then they're like, wait, they're bad guys. Why are we cheering for them?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And this is 100% research desperation, of course. Right. But I mean, I bet you the Russos is like, hey, listen, we need both of them back. We already have Chris Hemsworth here. So we need both of them back. Bring them back. And so.
But isn't it just going to be the same thing? So after these next two Avengers movies, or this is for Doomsday, right? This isn't for what's the other one called? Wars,
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they just going to fall into the same trap? They're going to make these big, amazing movies with everybody back in it, and then where do they go from there?
Don't know.
Right?
What's it Dar says here? Alvin, you didn't like him as Human Torch and Deadpool and Wolverine. He was there for 5 seconds.
He had like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. You're happy? Like, I mean,
he was in the post-credit scene too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so he had like 7 minutes.
But he was still a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah.
And it was his first actor. And I actually met him in person when he was filming that. So it was his first gig and he was unknown. And it wasn't like that he had a long history with that character. It was one movie that didn't go anywhere afterwards.
Did he not do not another teen movie?
I don't know about that.
Oh, but didn't he? He did 2 movies as the Human Torch, right?
No, he did.
There was two Fantastic Four movies with that cast. Because
the second one, The Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah. Yes. You're right. Yeah.
Which I was super excited for.
I mean, it was a movie that didn't do that well, and it didn't have a prolonged history like look at how many movies he did for Captain America.
Yeah,
and also he was the main focal point for a lot of those movies. It was like him and Iron Man, and that's it. Everybody else sat in the back seat, right? Whereas a Human Torch, he was one of the 4, but he was the lesser of the 4. You had Reeds, obviously Jessica Alba. Everybody had focused on her for obvious reasons. So you had him sort of be second fiddle. Well, this one, he's sort of carrying the weight. I mean, literally carrying the weight of the future of Marvel in so many movies, and especially the last one where he's the one standing there at the end. I mean, if you're not standing at the end there, you're not standing at the end there because you're just an average character. You are the Marvel character to finish off this story, right? So I'm just looking at it from that scope, and now you're gonna insert him into be some bad guy, and you're just like, okay.
Well, the whole other thing is, even with Robert Downey Jr., there's no buildup, right? Meaning, like, we have to learn about these characters in this movie with all the other characters that we already know. Like, we don't know what Chris Evans is playing, so how are they going to do that? Like, introduce him, who he is, and all in one movie with 30 other main characters.
There's one saving grace, though. And I thought about this when I was watching the end game and he was handing the shield over. I'm like, you could bring him back down the road as old man Captain Steve Rogers.
Yep.
And you could sort of have him be the Nick Fury of the Marvel team. The guy that really isn't the one that goes into the trenches all the time, but the one that you can rely on to give you guidance. So he could be sort of a guidance person to all the rest of the team here that's involved, but still carry that mantle of, I'm Steve Rogers, I'm Captain America, you shut up and listen to me when I tell you to do it, right? So that could work. If that's the angle they want to go, that could definitely work, and people be more sympathetic towards it.
But does that mean that Sam has to give him back, like, say, okay, you're Captain America now again? Like, can there be 2?
Make it fun. Create another shield.
Yeah.
No. You keep the little one. Remember how Chris Hemsworth tells it to Robert? You keep the little one. I want the bigger one. Right? You can have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So
True.
and maybe that elevates the new Captain America. What's the name? The actor, Anthony Mackie, right?
Mhm.
I think that movie is gonna bomb, and I'm gonna be going to watch it with D, and I'm gonna laugh every second of it if it bombs. He thinks it'll be a success.
I heard rumors on the interwebs that they might go back and do some more reshoots or
They are
something.
doing reshoots right now,
Oh, okay, so it is true.
and it comes out
Okay.
in 3 months. They said the budget is already at 500 million for this movie.
Oh, it's screwed, man.
Jeez.
That's dead in the water. There's
Yep.
no way it's gonna recover.
Yeah. The trailer, the poster shows Red Hulk punching him on the shield. He's a human being. He would get obliterated with that force.
I thought his new suit was made out of vibranium.
No. Even the suit's made out of vibranium. He's getting punched with the shield. The force of a Red Hulk punching that hard would obliterate a human being. I don't think they understand comics, whoever put that poster together. That's just a nerd in me talking right now.
Okay. You think the Hulk is going to show up? Like Hulk versus Red Hulk?
No.
So
that'll either be a separate movie, but I don't know if Mark Ruffalo is going to stick around to play the Hulk or if they're going to want him. So I feel like
no. Here's the thing: MGM has a stickler for this. MGM has a clause where they cannot have a standalone Hulk, or they can have a Hulk appearance, but it has to be signed off by MGM as well, from what I gather.
Yeah, because they own them. Yeah,
they own his rights, the Hulk. So every time the Hulk's on screen, they have to pay a portion to MGM as well. That's why you saw Mark Ruffalo as Banner most of the time.
That's a good point.
Which sucks, because I want to see the Hulk fight the Red Hulk. Come on. Oh, it's clobbering time. Oh no,
but
that's
the thing.
That's the thing.
Hulk smash. Hulk smash.
But that means that also the Hulk that we know after Endgame would have to go back to the Hulk, not the Smart Hulk or whatever he's called, right?
Yeah, Smart Hulk sucks, man.
Just give me Edward Norton Hulk.
Yes. Yes.
Give me that Hulk.
That's the Hulk we should have kept. Like it didn't have to be Edward Norton. You could have just kept the same damn Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, that Hulk was so good.
So good, man. It felt comic book accurate, you know?
He was chaos.
Oh my god. Takes the damn cars and just like smashes them together. Like, these are my boxing gloves. Shit.
Tank, I use it as frisbee.
Shit out of you.
Yeah, so this is the fans are worried, yes, as they should be. Yeah, excited or concerned. That's a lot of people's minds. I don't know when they're gonna announce this or squash this. I mean, maybe there's good publicity for MCU right now to generate some interest in their movies coming out.
Maybe he'll finally do the TV show everybody wants him to do. And that's him going back in time, giving back the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
They should just made a TV show out of that, and I would have watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Can you imagine 8 episodes of him just going to the wrong place?
Yeah.
I would watch so much out of that thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Missed
It's funny because everybody's been begging for that to see what happens, how he does that. Yeah.
Oh well.
Because if he takes the one back to where would what's her name come back to life? Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Black Widow.
Oh yeah. I forgot the planet's name.
The Soul Stone. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. It would have been cool to him to like maybe accidentally go too far back. He goes to World War again.
Oh, before he crashed?
Yeah. But then that's a time paradox.
But he did stay. He did though. Because that's how he became Old Man Rogers at the end of Endgame.
He went back to be with what's her name? Carter.
Peggy.
Yeah.
Peggy. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe rescue Bucky. That could have been a mission.
Bucky, he should have been the next Cap.
Yeah, I know. I don't even want to get on with that. That's just another whole hour I'm going to spend
Captain
on
Winter. Winter Soldier. Winter America. American Winter.
Winter America. American Winters. Winter's coming.
Winter's captain now.
Do you guys think that Wanda will come back?
I feel like they're wasted her, man. I would like her to come back. I think she was great, but
yeah, Olsen was awesome. I don't know.
I don't even remember. What did she die in Doctor Strange the last one?
Well, they showed that she got crushed, but they didn't show her.
Rubbles fell on her, and
Right.
they never showed her. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Star Wars thing. You don't see the body; they're not dead. Right?
Yeah.
So,
and she's
I
like
doubt,
a multiversal being now.
Yeah, I don't think she's dead. She's a Nexus being as well, which means that she is able to go to multiple universes.
Yeah.
So she's like a top tier character. So she should be in there. I would be shocked if she's not in upcoming big movies.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty shocking. So we'll see.
They need to have a post-credit scene where somebody just kind of explains all the stuff that's never been explained in Avengers films, like in the Eternals, those big things in the water. You know,
what happens? The Celestials, they'll never. I don't think they'll ever come back to that, or they won't know what to do with that.
Well, this Celestial, the one that's stuck in Earth, is actually in this movie, the Captain Winter Soldier.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the trailer. God. It's in the trailer.
Oh, interesting.
They're trying to harvest that. And apparently that's how Wolverine gets his claws. Adamantium. What? Yeah, I'm not joking.
That's weird, man. Okay.
That's how adamantium is brought to Earth. So the Weapon X project, right?
Right. Okay. I always thought it was like a
Weapon X
rare
means
Earth
the Roman
metal.
numeral for number 10, right?
Right.
So there are 9 before that, and one of them is the Red Hulk. So
he's got adamantium in him?
No, it's the project of getting all these serums.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Remember, Wolverine has healing powers as well.
Right.
So it's the serums and all these technologies, and so X becomes the adamantium project, and in this MCU universe, and so I think they're just leading up to that. We'll see. But there's also talk that when the last movie comes out, which is the Secret Wars, it's going to be the Great Reset, which means everybody's removed. All the actors from all of their roles will be gone. It's a brand new, fresh start, which will have all of these characters finally that Marvel's has amassed now with all these deals from Fox, etc., in under one roof. So, and they'll usher in the next 20 years. I mean, we're going to be like in our 60s and 70s by that time. But
finally the next get our mutants.
The next generation of people can either watch it or just let it go to a dumpster fire and go watch TikTok. Right, so that's what they're battling against. They're battling against TikTok in Hollywood, right? So
pretty much.
The attention span of people is not that big anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we sign off for tonight?
Oh yeah. Henry Cavill gave us a first little spoiler or content about his work with Warhammer 40K. And Amazon, they finally came to a deal. He said that they have decided on a story point that they're going to start at, and he's like, "You'll have to wait and see."
I heard. I was so happy when I heard that because he won. He won.
Mm-hmm.
He stuck to his ground, and he won the chance to have creative control.
Yeah.
Over one because Amazon wanted him to do it in a certain way, and he's like, "No, we're doing it this way."
Yeah.
So good for him. Good for the studio for locking this down, and I'm excited, man. That universe, I just got a little tidbit of it from a friend of mine, and that lore is massive.
Is it the Custodes?
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Okay. Well, it's who he uses.
The custodians are always good people. Yes,
it's who he uses in the game. They're like, but he was asked in an interview, like, "Are you gonna be in the Warhammer 40K? And if so, which one would you want to be in?" And he's like, "I'd like to be in all of them, but I can only be in one." And he's like, "I'm not too sure which one I'd want to go with, but people are speculating it might be the Custodes because he plays that group." So
yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I'm excited for that. That is gonna be gangbusters.
Yeah.
They'll
It's gonna
keep
be
me
violent. It's gonna be
Oh,
hella violent.
They're gonna keep me on my couch for years to come.
Yeah.
All right, we're wrapping up for tonight.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you for everybody for
Yes, sir.
joining us. We appreciate all the people that have come talk to us in the chat. If you're one of those people that are hanging out with us, thank you. Hit the like button. That makes a big difference for us. And if you're new here, subscribe. Hang out with us on Mondays. We do a Monday show at 8 p.m. We do a Thursday show at 7:30 p.m. And we're also doing a Sunday show right now for Silo. So come
Yes.
check us out. Watch Silo. Watch it. Great show on Apple TV. And join us for the review of the episode that is of this week, which is today dropped. I just got the notification on my phone.
Ooh,
The new episode has dropped. So I'm going to go check that out right after this.
nice.
But everybody out there, have a good weekend and we'll chat later. Take care, everybody. Say bye, guys.
See you guys.
Good night.